Welcome everyone and good afternoon. I am here at the Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World, so you will hear lovely island music in the background, which is very soothing. I wanted to hop on today to talk to you about a couple of things. The big one is that I wanted to share with you some things that I've relearned recently that's really my spiritual path and has helped me grow to another level. And I think that they're important steps because I think when you're walking a spiritual path, staying aligned is the most important and hardest part. And so if these 3 steps help you at all, then I definitely want to share those with you. And then we're going to talk about community at the end. So first thing, 3 steps. I have gone through the last year an extremely hard time where I had lost my income, and I have been literally living by the grace of God. And that's been very difficult. It's been very shaming in some respects, but I have learned and grown to a new depth through it. And for that, I am very grateful. And I think I'm coming to the end of that season, and the lessons that I've learned from that, the biggest one I learned is the last couple of months in particular, I got so obsessed with just not making enough money to live on that I was stressed out, I was unhappy again, which I tend to be one of those people that I like to live my life in a state of happiness because I think that's a good energy to be in. I was not happy. I was very stressed out and I was very miserable and I was very angry with God because I worked very, very hard and wasn't making ends meet, and I couldn't understand why that was. I was applying all the right techniques and doing all the right things, and nothing was coming together. At the end of the day, faith and spirituality and walking a path with God is about surrender. And I was very much not in surrender. So the very first step that I need to share with you all is to release obsessive thought. Because making a living, which is a perfectly fine thing to do, became so obsessive in my mind that that's all I could see. That's all I wanted, that's all I cared about, is I need to make a living. It's like, I get all the spiritual principles, but God, I'm not keeping a roof over my head here. That's all that mattered. And I got very obsessive and very locked down in that one place. And when you're in that energy, it's hard to do anything else right. And definitely flow and good things are not coming to you in that state. So the very first thing that I would very honestly, wholeheartedly remind you or enlighten you about is if you are in an obsessive place about anything in your life, whether that's having a baby or getting a particular job or something with your kids, your relationship, money, whatever it is, that place of obsessive thought is killing you, and you need to get out of it. You need to let it go. You need to find your place of surrender within God, because that is the only thing that will kind of reset the balance within your own spirit. The second thing kind of layers on top of that is you need to develop a level of faith that has no doubt in it. And that's very difficult, and that takes time. But you need to know the outcome that you're hoping for. If it is aligned with the highest good of God and the highest good for yourself, it is yours already. And you need to have that kind of faith where you know. It's not going to be in your timing. It's not going to look the way you think, but it's going to happen for you. And you have to develop your faith in whatever you recognize as God. You have to develop your faith to a level that when the doubts come, when the fear comes, you speak back to it and you say, no, because this is what I believe, and this is what God has promised me, and this is what's going to happen. And that will calm you. When you truly believe it, that will calm you. And that will allow you to let go of the obsessiveness. Hey, Wendy. The very third thing that I want to bring up is to have a focus on something otherwise. And I don't mean a goal, and I don't mean like a bar that you have to reach. I mean, find a purpose from within, from inside. That could be just to wake up every morning with a grateful heart. It doesn't have to be some huge purpose. Just something that you're trying to develop, something that you're trying to become, something you're trying to align with, something that's already in you that you're trying to bring out, that you can focus on, that's not that thing you want. It's not easy to do. The 3 steps are not easy to do, but you practice them and you keep them with you. They do become easier, I will absolutely tell you that, but you still get tripped up along the way. Life is never going to be perfect. It's never going to look the way you want it to look. Most times in my experience the last few years, it's been better than I expected, that's huge right there. But the universe, God, however you want to frame that, because I don't like to put labels on it, because I don't like to exclude people. If you need to hear this from me, then you need to hear this however you need to hear it. The universe has your back. The universe has a plan. God has a rhythm. It is already all worked out. We just need to stay in alignment. When we stay in alignment, we're in flow. We're going with the river instead of fighting it. And it will change everything in your life. But it's a really hard state to maintain. So take it in baby steps, a little bit every day. But that is what I'm about, and that's what I'm here for, and that's what we're going to be talking about more and more as we go on. I have some really special things coming up here and in my group, The Life I Write, Samantha Lucas, The Life I Write. I also have a magazine where I'm sharing more of my personal story. You can find all the links to these things on my website, which is magicaldreamsmedia.com. The other thing that I am building is a community, and building community on Patreon. It's a 2-part community. I have a Disney angle because I'm a Disney girl, but we also have a separate spiritual part. So if you just want your Disney, you can get Disney. If you just want your spiritual, you can have spiritual, and if you want both, you can have both. Look at who just joined me. Oh, he left again. A little ground dove just flew up right next to me. That's a beautiful thing. Patreon link is up in the post description. Patreon is a subscription service. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month. I'm not worried about the money. I just want to know that you're serious. You're serious about being in our group. You're serious about your intention. You're very welcome, Wendy. And that you're serious about your purpose. I really feel called to show people, and this is probably because this is one of the biggest lessons I need myself. I feel called to show people to slow down, to be in the moment, to know that it is okay. To be okay if you're, like I said, if your purpose, if your mission, if your goal in life right now is just to wake up with a grateful heart, that's enough. That's what I need to speak to. And I want people's lives to be this thing of beauty. I want your life to feel beautiful to you. Because when you're walking and living in beauty, you're affecting everyone around you, whether you know it or not. So that's what we're doing. Check out Patreon, check out my group, and feel free to send me a message or make some comments on the video. And I've got a couple of live streams for my Disney stuff to do next. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Wendy, I'll probably see you in a little bit over in Magic Kingdom. And you all have a very blessed Thursday afternoon.